All right, so we got Matthysse versus Provodnikov taking place tonight. A very fan-friendly matchup. This is a matchup that a lot of people never thought would actually happen. They thought it would be too good to be true, that a matchup like this could never take place in this day and age. Well, it's happening. And I've been going back and forth about who wins this matchup ever since it was even discussed or talked about way before it was signed. Because you got a guy in Matthysse, well, both guys can punch, but you got a guy in Matthysse who has longer arms, a guy who's fought better quality opposition, and a guy who actually has some boxing skills. Ruslan Provodnikov really don't have any boxing skills. He's just exactly what he looks like, which is a come forward brawler, pressure fighter. That's all he does. He was outboxed by Algieri. He was outboxed by Tim Bradley. He was outboxed by Mauricio Herrera. Okay, so we know this guy can be outboxed. We know that he's one-dimensional. Having said all that, can Lucas Matthysse really outbox this guy? Yes, we've seen Lucas Matthysse boxing fights. In the Zab Judah fight, he boxed a little bit and moved around. But it's one thing boxing and moving around and using a jab when you're fighting a guy like Zab Judah who don't really put you under pressure, because you can move around at your own pace when you want to. Kind of like the other week when Lamont Peterson fought Danny Garcia. He could get on his back foot and move around and have success and be happy doing fighting in that particular style against Danny Garcia, because Danny Garcia is not a good front foot fighter. But you saw him against Matthysse. He was under pressure. He was never really comfortable boxing. He constantly had that threat coming at him. And now Matthysse might find himself in the same situation against Provodnikov, because Provodnikov having a shorter arms, I think he's going to be more effective up close. And I could be wrong, but I suspect that Provodnikov is physically stronger than Matthysse up close. That's what I suspect. Shorter arms, more compact. He just has this bullish, very solid, very rugged physique, Provodnikov. And I think he's going to be the stronger guy up close. And I think he's going to, at some stage, force Matthysse onto the back foot, and he's going to keep coming at him. Now, it is true that Tim Bradley, who's not really a big puncher, managed to outbox Provodnikov as well as brawling with him at times, but he nearly got himself knocked out in that fight. Does Tim Bradley have a worse chin than Lucas Matthysse? Lucas Matthysse has been down several times now. We know Bradley's been down, but Bradley's always got back up. Does he have a worse chin than does Tim Bradley have a worse chin than Matthysse? I reckon their punch resistance might be comparable. So I don't know. I'm very, very fascinated. You know, it's very fascinating to see how this fight's going to go. But whichever way it does go, I can't see Lucas Matthysse being the same fighter after this fight. I've been very impressed with the training footage I've seen of Provodnikov. He looks happy. He looks full of energy. He looks like he's doing the weight great. You know, a lot of fighters leading up to a fight can look very drained and tired, and their training footage is not very impressive. But with Provodnikov, wow, he is flying. He looks in tremendous shape. He's absolutely buzzing for this fight. He's got loads of energy. He seems very happy. I haven't seen any of Matysse's training footage to be able to compare, but what I've seen of Provodnikov, wow, this guy looks very, very happy, and he's in a very, very good place right now. So he's going to give it 100%, and we'll see how Matysse's boxing skills and how his stamina holds up, because as I say, whoever wins this fight, I see Provodnikov pushing Matthysse back and putting him under pressure. And we're going to see if Matthysse has boxing skills which are anywhere near close to what Tim Bradley can do, for example. I don't think he does, but I could be wrong, because he's only had to display boxing skills briefly in a couple of fights. So we'll see if they can hold up in this fight. So drop your comments below. Yep, I really haven't come to a conclusion about who I think is going to win the fight. All I can say is that I don't think Matthysse is going to be the same after this fight. You know, win or lose, I can't see him escaping this fight without taking some serious punishment. So, yeah, drop your comments below. It's your boy, Hatman. I'm out.